So we're going to go over Jackie Chan and why his movies are the best, specifically the movies that he made in Asia, so his older films and why. So this is by Every Frame a Painting, and this guy really goes into depth over movies, so it's really good.
Hello? Yes, this is Jackie speaking.
Hi, my name is Tony, and this is Every Frame a Painting. Some filmmakers can do action, others can do comedy, but for 40 years, the master of combining them has been Jackie Chan. These days, there's a lot of movies that combine funny scenes with fight scenes. But even when the movie's good, the comedy and action seem to be two different directors and two different styles. And that's why Jackie's so interesting. In his style, action is comedy, and his work shows that the same filmmaking principles apply, whether you're trying to be funny or kick ass. So let's dive in.
So I don't know if you caught that, but he's saying the same filmmaking principle for making things funny is the same thing for making things actionable. And so, and Jackie Chan does it the best in combining both.
So, how does Jackie create action that is also funny? First off, he gives himself a disadvantage. No matter what film, Jackie always starts beneath his opponents. He has no shoes, he's handcuffed, he has a bomb in his mouth. From this point, he has to fight his way back to the top. Each action creates a logical reaction. And by following the logic, we get a joke. In movies, this comedic style goes back to the silent clowns like Chaplin, Lloyd, and Keaton. But I think Jackie has distilled it down to one line of dialogue.
Please! I said I don't want trouble!
Because he's the underdog, Jackie has to get creative, which brings us to point number 2. He uses anything around him. This is the most famous aspect of his style. Take something familiar, do something unfamiliar. I've seen him fight with chairs, dresses, chopsticks, keyboards,
yeah, anything.
Legos, refrigerators.
It makes it realistic wherever
course.
he's at.
Not only
Ladders.
does this make each fight organic and grounded, it also gives us jokes that couldn't happen anywhere else.
So this guy made a good point where
Grounded.
I think there are iconic physical comedians like Buster Keaton or what's that guy's name? Charlie Chaplin, or even like the Three Stooges. They're really good at like
the silent
physical
time, they
comedy.
had to be physical comedy.
Right,
They didn't even get a dialogue.
Right, and so in the age of now, like audio like movies, where like we get like
a lot of dialogue.
yeah, it's like we don't really get physical comedians anymore. And I think Jackie Chan was like a really unique one where like he was really good at physical comedy as well as action. And that's what I think what this guy pointed out really quickly, but it deserves to be stated again.
Like Jim Carrey of Asia.
Yeah, but Jim Carrey with like a stuntman as well.
Yeah. They were kind of in a different category.
But very similar in terms
Jackie
of physical
likes
comedy.
clarity. He doesn't do dark scenes where everything is color corrected blue. If his opponent wears black, he wears white. And if his opponent's in white, then he's styling. His framing is so clear that in every shot, he's setting up the next bit of action. Here,
Yeah, I'm like,
even
did
though
he
we're watching
produce
a
his own
stuntman,
movies
to the
in Asia?
to the frame is the staircase. A few seconds later, we see why.
All creative.
Control, yeah.
He keeps things clear by rarely using handheld or dolly moves.
Like an American movie, you can see there's a lot of movement. When the camera angle movement, that means the actor, they don't know how to fight.
In slow motion, you can see how the camera operator swings around to make the hits seem more violent. But since Jackie can fight,
Just keep it still.
Yeah.
No, the other ones make me dizzy.
Yes.
It is like, oh my gosh,
So what
ouch.
he's saying is
It's like someone broke something.
right. So what the guy was saying is in American movies, because the actors don't know how to fight, they do a lot of like cuts and like
Or
camera
they're not going to get
movements.
the insurance to
Right.
cover that
And-
stuff.
And so you see stuff like The Bourne Identity, and it's just like it almost is like nauseating because of all the camera movements, or like
Yeah.
even like Taken with Liam Neeson.
Oh,
And
I
so-
get dizzy. I can't watch those movies
Right.
in the big screen because I'm like,
And so the only
Motion sick
guy you
by
see do his
20
own stunts is like Tom Cruise, but even his fight scenes probably still have like a lot of cuts in it. And so that's why Jackie Chan movies are so good, because you can see and appreciate the action because the camera is just still and like recording things as they're
yeah,
happening.
and he just has to remember where the frame's at.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, I can't
Yeah.
believe he does every time, moving so much and then having to retake it if he moves out of frame.
And the same thing happens for like comedy. If you have too many cuts in comedy, it
yeah.
destroys the joke. But if you can like see things play out, it's a lot funnier.
Yeah, but he had production control.
Mm-hmm.
Full, like,
Move my camera, always steady, wide angle. Let him see I jumping down, I do the flat, I do the fall.
When you shoot
It's
this way,
real.
everything looks
Yeah.
more impressive because action and reaction are in the same frame. Notice how you can always see Jackie, the car, and the wall at the same time.
Yeah. Dang.
It's like
But a
you
similar
clench your
stunt from
butthole
Rush
and things like that
Hour
happen.
3 never includes all of the elements in the same shot, and it doesn't work. The same principle applies to comedy. This shot, directed by Sammo Hung, shows us the punch, the bad guy's face, and Jackie's face all in one. Now check out the same gag in Shanghai Noon. Here, action and reaction are separate shots. It kinda works, but not nearly as well. Why don't more directors do this? Because of number 5. They don't have enough time. Jackie is a perfectionist, willing to do as many takes as necessary to get it right. And in Hong Kong, he's supported by the studio, which gives him months to shoot a fight.
And the most difficult thing is when I
Take 45.
throw the
How
back
tired.
and coming back. More than 120 tick.
120.
He's
Kind
like
of thing.
sore.
Oh, Jackie, good. It's not good. You can do it. Except, do you have the patience or not?
When I rewatch his
Okay, so that's a good point. And
Oh, it's like practicing martial arts or playing the damn piano.
and there are even few like Hollywood directors that will even do that many takes just to get a scene right. So the fact that he's doing the action, but also so focused on like getting it right by doing like as many takes as it takes.
Well, because
makes
he's
him,
also the one that has to put in that sweat, where it's
Right,
hard
right.
to listen to a director when the actors are like,
but it
"We're
puts
exhausted."
him at an even higher level because he's not just like the action and the stuntman, but he's also directing it and like making sure the
From the
take,
floor.
yeah, making sure the take is right, and it's like insane.
But the thing is, how could you not then listen? Because you're like, dude, he's right here doing it. I can't say I'm tired.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
doing the
exactly.
foremost-
No, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. He's
Oh,
directing
jeez.
it. And he's like another take, and that's like you don't even see Hollywood directors do that.
And then by then, everyone already knows
Mm-hmm.
knows martial arts.
Have the patience or not?
When I rewatch his work, these little things are the ones I'm most impressed by. He doesn't need to do them, and they eat into his budget, but he still does them because he wants to. And it's that going above and beyond that I respect and
The
admire.
details.
But in American, they
I've
don't allow you to do that, because the money just poof, 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 poof.
Not
And
only
his
that,
American
how
work
many
is
times did he
missing
get
something else.
injured?
And there's a rhythm also into the way that the shots are performed and also the way they're edited. And Jackie said something very interesting that, that the audience don't know the rhythm's there until it's not there.
Jackie's fight scenes have a distinct musical rhythm, a timing he works out on set with the performers.
Ready, action. Stay where you are. Stay where you are.
That's how
Don't
you
chase
can
me.
not get
Boom,
injured
boom. Then, boom. See? Everybody looks
and not
good.
move out of the
Even
frame.
experienced martial artists have trouble with it.
No, he's talking about rhythm.
No, but the rhythm
earliest films,
helps
Wait,
you.
yeah, watch.
The timing from Yuan Heping, and it's very much like Chinese opera. But by the mid-80s, working with his own stunt team, he had something totally unique. In America, many directors and editors don't understand this timing, and they ruin it by cutting on every single hit. But in Hong Kong, directors hold their shots long enough for the audience to feel the rhythm.
So that's something, yeah, it shouldn't be understated, but Jackie Chan's rhythm, or fight scenes, they have a rhythm, or they have a rhythm for how they're supposed to flow, like Chinese opera. And in Hong Kong, they allow you to give the time to stay on shot so you can appreciate like the musicality and the rhythm of it. But then in America, when Jackie Chan makes American films, they cut it, and so you don't get to appreciate, like, even though the fight scene is just as well choreographed, you can't appreciate it
the
as well
audio is
because
so
it...
separate. I think in the U.S., it has been so separate
Right.
from the video part that they're.
I mean,
they
yeah,
have the
just
freedom to do that.
production in general is like different from both the U.S. Like he was pointing out, like the directors don't like you can't do that in the budget because like they don't allow you to take that many takes, and so it's like it's like probably the editing and like the whole production
way
is
it's
all
produced.
different. Yeah.
The most important part is editing. And most of the directors, they don't know how to editing. Even the stunt coordinator, they don't know how to editing.
Hong Kong directors
Okay, well, that was a good point. It's like most directors don't know how to edit, and even the stunt coordinators don't know how to edit. And so he, as the person who sees the end product, he is really the only one that can direct these kinds of movies because he knows how the fight scenes are supposed to look. Do you know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah, because he
who can know
imagined
that?
it. He's the
Yeah.
director, the producer, and at
Right.
the end he edits.
But
That's
that-
like he
yeah.
had full control from beginning to end.
And that's why it's like the Jackie Chan stuff that he made in Asia is like the best stuff
And
because
you
you
can see it's
see
a
it
coherent story.
from the fight scene point of view, how how the person coordinating all of that wants it to look.
Hong Kong directors like Jackie and Sammo cut a
Independent
particular way.
movies.
In the first shot, you hit your opponent in the wide. In the second shot, you get a nice close-up. But when you cut the shots together, you don't match continuity. At the end of shot 1, the elbow is here. At the beginning of shot 2, it's all the way back here. These 3 frames are for the audience's eyes to register the new shot, and they make all the difference.
I'm start from here, here. But 2 shots combined, this is zoom. That's the power.
In other words, show it twice, and the audience's mind will make it one hit that's stronger. By contrast,
That's crazy because that just shows how much he cares. It's just 3 frames. But like as the person who like wants to show the action and the power, like he cares.
By contrast, modern American editing doesn't show the hit at all. At the end of shot 1, the leg is here. At the beginning of shot 2, it's in the same place, going backwards. But because they cut at the exact frame of the hit, it doesn't feel like a hit. A lot of people think this is because of the PG-13 rating, but even R-rated films do this now. It looks
You know, and I think the reason why is because they're not actually hitting each other, or maybe they are. I think maybe the stunt people are,
exactly
but
what you said. Jackie knew that when they're doing this, it looks more almost like a dance. That's how you get less damage.
right.
But they've practiced these moves over and over until they get it perfect. So they're not actually hitting each other, but it really their reactions, all that are supposed to be impactful. But I think when he goes in to edit it, when he's like, that should have been a powerful punch, is when he does that because it should have been impactful.
Yeah, because he sees
So
that.
he's thinking about that.
That's true. And so I guess, yeah, a lot of the times directors who don't study their source material well, they don't really understand how things are supposed to look. But that's Jackie Chan's advantage
it's like
because
it should have been long and there should have been like a rebound effect, and he wanted to see that in the film.
we need more directors that are martial artists like Jackie Chan.
It looks like a bunch of people flailing around, instead of a bunch of people getting hurt.
This is why you flinch in his when he's like,
Yeah, you're like,
they broke something.
Which brings us to number 8, Pain. Unlike a lot of action stars who try to look invincible,
I mean, they do still get damaged when there's
Jackie gets hurt.
a lot.
But he also
lot.
shows
Half the fun of
it.
his work is that not only are the stunts impressive, there's always room for a joke. Pain humanizes him, because no matter how skilled he is,
It still hurts when he gets hit.
he gets smacked in the face. In fact, Jackie's face may actually be his greatest asset. Many times, the look he gives is all it takes to sell a joke, like when he does an entire fight holding a chicken, or dressed as Chun-Li.
That just means he's a good actor.
And last, Jackie's style always ends with a real payoff for the audience. By fighting his way from the bottom, he earns the right to a spectacular finish.
Wow. Dang, yeah, he got the most injured from that
He doesn't
stunt.
win because he's a better fighter, he wins because he doesn't give up. This relentlessness makes many of his finales really impressive and really funny.
Huh. That's a good point. He doesn't win because he's a better fighter. He wins because he doesn't give up. And that's why his
Perseverance.
finales are so impressive. Yeah, it's
Yeah, people used to call me stubborn.
because... Yeah, that's true.
I'm calling it perseverance.
And it's a direct contrast to a lot of his American work, where bad guys are defeated because someone shoots them.
With the firecracker.
Is this Shanghai? Oh, wait. Knights?
Yeah, but the
Hey, that's
second
Ip
one.
Man. Donnie Yen.
But most of all, I think Jackie's style proves
No,
something.
didn't-
Action
Yeah,
and
that's
comedy
it.
aren't
Donnie
that
Yen.
different. In both genres, we want to see our best performers.
Oh
And I think a lot of modern action directors are failing completely. These actors are skilled artists, some of the best in the world. Why are the directors so unskilled? Why am I paying money to not see the action?
Whatever you do the best you can because the film live forever. No, because that day raining and the actor don't have time. I said, would you go to every theater to tell the audience? No, the audience see on the theater, good movie, bad movie. That's all.
Exactly. This work will last. And on that note, I leave you with the greatest death scene in film history.
He castrated him. Wow, what a point that he made was, the audience doesn't care if like it's raining or the actors are sick. Like you only get like one chance to film it and like show it to them. And it's like he has such almost like a respect for his audience too, that it brings out the performer in him, where he wants to take like 120 takes to get it right.
But also another point was that it lasts forever, and that in any time there's kind of a discussion or a comparison need to be made, even anything that's made way advanced in the future, you still want yours to be able to uphold.
Right.
And
so,
that's like why you put so much time and effort into.
I forgot. I have a fight scene that we can watch of Jackie Chan. So let's take a look. This is from Jackie Chan First Strike.
Oh, okay.
I didn't kill father. Call the cops. Please wait. If I really kill him, will I come to see you? Get him. Hear me out. Please listen to me. Let me say just one thing. You want me to call the police? Wait. Wait. Hear me out. Can you please tell me where your brother's hiding?
Why do you want him?
Because only your brother can prove I'm not a killer.
It's you.
What?
So they think he murdered their dad. So he's already outnumbered. You know it's him because he's wearing yellow. I always appreciated how he uses everything around him to fight, like boxes,
which makes it more realistic.
Yeah.
It's like, what else? How else would they have?
Yeah, you almost feel like you can do it because he's not like using like a sword or like nunchucks or like something he's trained with. It's like
he's
table.
Not like dressed like a ninja.
Yeah, but he's just like using a table. It's like stay back. Scaffolding.
If anyone's gone up scaffolding, then like or bars, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I can do that. That's
in my
impressive.
prime, I might have.
Yeah. The 3 months I was in my prime, maybe. Whoa! He jumped up that box while it was falling. Some of these things I'm like, I could do that. I can't do that. I can do that. I can't do that. These that I can do.
Throw down.
I can do that.
The drywall. Yeah.
Maybe not against 3 guys. Ow! Ow! Oh! Can't do that. That's pretty cool.
Too coordinated with.
I would just trip. Whoa. He gave it to that guy. Oh. Damn, okay, yeah, none of this I can do.
I'm like, we're at the level where I'm like, this isn't realistic for me, but.
Ow. His forearms must be so sore, yeah.
This is why they
Whoa! Oh my god!
Long sleeves. Ow, and if your finger gets stuck in any of those.
I know, I remember, because the bloopers are, oh my gosh.
Oh.
Who fights with a ladder?
I've seen a couple people in crawl spaces running into raccoons. Oh, but it wasn't a ladder.
Whoa!
Brooms and whoa!
Ow! The thing you said happened.
It always. I'm sure he wears protective stuff.
I know, but you see the bloopers.
He broke his fingers.
You see the bloopers after, and he actually did get hurt a lot during these fight scenes.
Alan, brother, he didn't kill our father.
Such drama. I know, he had his funny movies, and then he has like his serious cop movies.
Oh, the drama. Well, with like a dramatic twist.
I guess this one's funny too.
Rom-com? Rom-coms? No,
Rom
wait.
violence.
Those are dramatic comedies. No. Action comedies? Oh.
So we were talking about this before. What is your favorite Jackie Chan movie? And I said Drunken Master. I mean, I just kind of answered instinctively because that's the one movie I've seen multiple times. Plus, there's that movie, I don't know if you know, is actually a sequel. He has another movie called Drunken Boxing where he learns the style. And then Drunken Master is a sequel where he's actually like, he's already a drunken boxer or a known drunken boxer. But yeah, his old stuff that he made in Hong Kong, it's like literally the very best of his work just because like I guess the way it's edited. I mean, just after watching this video, the way it's edited,
the way it's produced all the way from beginning to end. And it's like he was able to put all his creativity into it. No cutting corners.
Wait, so did you have a favorite?
For someone who doesn't know movie names and actors very well, like I know surprisingly a high amount of Jackie Chan movies. And I've watched like you said, Drunken Master, Drunken Box.
Yeah, I tried to watch his old stuff,
all the
like
Shanghai Nights and Rush Hour,
Yeah.
and I was like, what are the newer stuff? It's more just like funny and like the interaction with his coworker,
Shanghai Noon, so
co-stars,
good, and Rush Hour, because he still does his own stunts.
Yes.
And that's why it's so entertaining, is because you can see him do these incredible things, and you're like, wow, he actually did that.
But there is a difference in quality when I watch his older stuff. And I was like, I was wondering, maybe I appreciate it because he was younger, but I'm like, no, that's
Yeah, it's really hard to explain, because for someone who hasn't seen any of his stuff, or like why his old stuff would be better. But then this guy, every frame is painting. Such a good job.
So I attributed it to like, it's just the way he was maybe forced to produce or something, or his roles in the movie.
Yeah.
Maybe was different.
All right. Well, if you guys want to make action comedies, be sure to check out the buds on our merch store. But if you don't have buds, we're your buds. We'll see you.
Yeah, I think less accidents would happen.
Yeah, but if you want to get the perfect take in an action scene, like stunt people make a living doing stuff like this. And if they need a way to relax, go check out the CBD on our merch store.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's the beauty of Jackie Chan. He was a stunt man. He was a director. He was a fight coordinator. He was everything.
That's why I feel like he started out as like an indie film producer, and he got really good just doing that. And he got sponsored in his own country, and then he got so international that even.
I know. I'm trying to think of another person like him. Anyways, we'll figure it out. All right.
Yeah, I'm sure lots of.
If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe.